Good morning, Internet. Well, I'm about to leave Arkansas. I didn't really take any video yesterday. I should have, but I just didn't feel like it. It's a lot of work to do this, a lot of work to edit it. I'm not complaining, I'm doing it anyway. But yesterday I just felt like riding, and I gotta tell you, the Ozarks was just incredible. Beautiful place. Cool people too. I really enjoyed yesterday's ride, except for the slimy mud. Also, Fayetteville, Arkansas, home of Arkansas State University. You guys really got it going on over there, man. Fayetteville is cranking. You got every modern amenity you can think of. What the hell is that guy doing? They got every modern amenity you can think of. They got a ton of construction going on. There were a bunch of construction guys that were staying at the hotel I was at last night. And they're just busy as hell. One crew was a demolition crew. They were going out to remove some rocks today. Big rocks. And I really enjoyed Arkansas. I gotta give it to y'all. It's a good place, good people, great scenery. Lots of outdoors, fresh air. I didn't like the Delta that much, but the Ozarks were really, really nice. And now I'm almost at the Oklahoma border. Hey, I did get a comment on my video that I posted earlier today from Cletus. Thank you, Cletus, for your comment. He corrected me on my discussion about Easy Rider. When I said it was David Crosby, I don't know why I said it was David Crosby. Because the guy was fat and had a beard. I don't know. Somehow Crosby just got in my head. But it wasn't. It was Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper and Peter Fonda. And Easy Rider. A tale of mischief gone wrong. Yeah, anyway. I do the best I can. I've got 3 brain cells. 2 of them are playing ping pong. And the other one is busy trying to keep me alive. I have to give a hat tip to Plucky on the channel Sailing into Freedom for the 3 brain cell analogy. Thank you, Plucky. Man, it is beautiful out here. There's a lot of chicken barns. Oh, that's a ruddy way to start the day. The other thing that I hadn't seen before, I live in farm country now, but in Arkansas, there's a lot of cattle, and I would say pretty much every field where the cattle were grazing, there's a big old bull. And maybe I just have nothing better to do than to study what kind of cows are in the field. But I've never seen so many bulls, man. And some of those bulls are, man, they're big bastards. Woo! And right up ahead of me, not too far, is the Oklahoma border. Good morning, cows. Morning. Chicken barns over there. Woo, those are some big ones. Wow. Smells like chicken. And here we go. Once I get on that red dirt, it's Oklahoma dirt. Hello, Oklahoma. Never been to Oklahoma before. Can't say that anymore. So today I am headed to Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Bartlesville is my first target. It's about 160 miles or so from Fayetteville, at least as the if you went on the roads, you know. But I'll be going into the country, so I'm not sure how long it's going to be. I got an early start today. Left the hotel at 7. Took me 45 minutes to get here to Oklahoma. So I'm going to Bartlesville. The reason I'm going to stop there is there is some weather coming in through northern Oklahoma. And they say it could be blizzard. Like, I think that only means the wind. Wind gusts up to 40 or 50 miles an hour, which I think when it's a wide open flat plain like that, 50 mile an hour gust is a pretty strong gust. And this bike is I guess you'd call it a medium adventure bike, but even though the bike, my gear, and myself on it are about 750, 800 pounds, I get buffeted by the wind pretty good on the highways. So any kind of wind gust when I'm going over a hill or anything, it can move me at least 5-6 feet if it's strong enough. And you can see my windshield right there, my windscreen. It doesn't really do a whole lot on the highway. In fact, I was in a hotel parking lot once and talking to this guy. He came over and looked at my bike and everything, and he looks at the windscreen and he says, "Wow, man, how did you smash that thing up so it looks like that?" I had to tell him I didn't smash it up, man. It was made like that. At least that's what they told me at the dealer. But yeah, so when I'm on the highway and I got some 18-wheelers coming back at me this way, I get on like a sport bike and put my belly on the top of the bike like this. That's the the only way I can cut down the buffeting. But if there's a 50-mile-an-hour gust and it hits me from the side, I'm still going to go for a little extra ride, if you know what I mean. So that's coming into Bartlesville tonight, and then tomorrow it said severe thunderstorms. So my plan is to get to Bartlesville, see what time I get there, and then assess the situation. And I'm either going to stay there for one night and then go to Alva on Saturday. Although Saturday night is when the severe thunderstorms come in, so I'll have to figure out the timing on that. And we'll go from there. Bartlesville seems like a cool place. It's the home of Franklin Phillips, who's the oil man who founded Phillips 66 gas stations for processing. There's also a skyscraper there that was the only skyscraper designed by Frank Lloyd Wright that actually got built. And I'm sure all the other modern amenities are there, if you know what I'm saying. Morning! Morning! Some of you might wonder how I know where I'm going. Or if I know where I'm going. As I go along these dirt roads and backcountry roads with nothing around. I'll show you. So I'll put a link down in the description, but there's a site called TransAm Trail.com, and you go on there, figure out where you want to go, and then you download tracks. And this is what they look like on the GPS. See that red line? It doesn't tell you when to turn or how far you have to go or anything. You just follow the red line. There's me on the motorcycle. You just follow that red line wherever it takes you by a dead reckoning. And whatever tracks you buy off that website, you download and put them up on your GPS, and then you get to a point where you can see it on the map. Sometimes then you use like a regular Garmin feature where you just click on the map to get to that spot where it intersects the track, and then you go to it, and then you just stay on the track. So it doesn't tell me when to turn or any other info. I'm just following the red line or blue line. I can make it red, blue, yellow. Wow, this is pretty. This is really pretty. Morning. The white-faced cow over there. saying good morning? Good morning. Wow, this is so beautiful. Man. Little John Cattle Ranch. Thank you again, Cletus, for letting me know that it was Dennis Hopper, not David Crosby. It's pretty easy to read comments on my videos because I hardly get any. Takes literally a second and a half. That's all right. Yeah, so anyway, you follow these tracks, and the way these tracks were made was a guy named Correa, Mr. Correa, I forget his first name. I want to say it's Chuck, but I don't know if that's right. And him and some friends, maybe just him, I don't know, rode around enough to figure out these routes and then saved them by his own, on his own GPS or maps or whatever. When you do that, like I can save the route I'm taking whenever I take it, and I can turn it into a track. So what he's done is he's figured that out, basically coast to coast, and a couple of loop-de-loops and around boats all across the country, and he's turned them into these tracks. Oh, See here, we got a couple of doggos blocking the trail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 dogs. 5 fucking dogs. I'll go easy because you look nice. Ah, what a good puppy. Hey, good girls. Good doggies. Beautiful black labs, man. Friendly. My ankles are in one piece. It's all good. Anyway, so this guy, Mr. Correa, I'll just call him. He did that, and he saved all these tracks. And when you go to that website, transamtrail.com, you can buy the tracks, put them on your own GPS, get on your ATV or Jeep, your 4-wheel drive truck, your Overlander, whatever you want, and just go ahead and start moving. I brought camping gear. I'm gonna camp. The weather's much nicer right now. It's 70 degrees and it's early in the morning. Good morning. And the weather's nicer, so I'll find some camping spots and show you all my gear. But if you don't want to camp, you don't have to. You could cut your luggage, and I could cut this luggage probably by more than half if I didn't take any camping gear. And that's it's probably about 70-80 pounds that I wouldn't have to haul around with me. In fact, I think I could take the panniers off this bike, which is these panniers are heavy, man. They're heavy when they're empty, and when they're full, they're obviously heavier. But yeah, I could be 80 pounds lighter. I could also eat less and drop 20 pounds, but probably not going to do that. Wow, these roads are awesome, man. I don't know how they get them to stay in such good shape. Well, I think this could be the first day that I'm riding where it didn't rain the night before. Maybe that's helping a little bit. Sure. I wonder if it's going to be like this all the way to Bartlesville. I wonder if the GoPro is picking up the fact that this particular section of road is on a 15-degree slant. In addition to going downhill. Look at this, man. What are all these rocks doing on the side? They must come out here with a grader or something periodically. And once again, I'm alone. I am alone on these trails. And shoot. Well, it came to a fork in the road, and I'd like to say I chose the one less traveled, but Both of these look like they're hardly traveled. The track does seem to go this way. The other thing you can do with the track, and because you have a regular Garmin like this, the Garmin Zumo 396, you can do a lot with it. You can set up adventure routes, so it takes you through hilly and curvy roads. You can tell it to avoid dirt roads. Sometimes that feels like a good idea, but not today. So because it is a Garmin, if you hit some, let's say I hit a river that's 10 feet over its flood and I can't get any further because I can't turn this thing into a boat and there's no ferry to get across or anything. Let's just say you were in that predicament. Well, you could just go on the Garmin and expand the map and look for where the Transamerica Trail track picks up on the other side, and you can just plot a route right around it. And let's say you're out, you're doing this and you lose track of time. It becomes like 5, 6 o'clock. You got an hour of daylight left, and your campground or your hotel, wherever you're going to stay, is, you know, 2 hours away if you stay on the track, but it's only an hour away if you bug off the track and hit the road. Well, you can just plot that course on the Garmin too, and then follow that. So it's a track that you can do, but if you've had enough, you can bug off. Man, this is pretty country. Morning. One thing I'm a little bit surprised about is I thought I would see more people out here on motorcycles. I saw 3 back in Georgia, Tennessee, Georgia area. 2 were together, 1 guy was riding alone. I didn't see anybody in Arkansas. So far, nobody today. Always like to go slow around the properties, you know. I don't want to piss people off. Plus, you never know when you have to walk back 10 miles and ask them for help. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Oh, hey, clean my boots. Take me home, country roads. I wonder if it'll be 150 miles of this. Wow, man, it's so pretty. I wonder if Amazon delivers out here. That's probably why they want to do the drones, you know? I don't think they're getting daily Amazon deliveries out here. That'd be pretty wild. The FedEx guy on a ATV, big old ATV, flying along. I have seen, you know, U.S. Postal Service mailboxes out here. Uh-oh. I know I said something about rain. Woo! Muddy, muddy, muddy. Just got dark, clouds got a little dark. Angelo. He went from Asheville to the Oregon coast in 30 days. I think I'm on day 8. Day 8. Yeah, I think I'm on day 8. But I took, well, I lost one full day, maybe 1.5 day, maybe 2 days because of thunderstorms in Riceland, Stuttgart, Arkansas. You could ride in the rain. I have a waterproof jacket and rain pants. And all my baggage is watertight. But you'll end up going slow. It's hazardous. You can tell, you know, this is soaking wet. Two things are happening. One, oh yeah, baby. Wow, that was cold water. When it rains, obviously these trails turn into mud, slick mud in some cases, and then the little streams like I just went through end up swelling. And if you do decide to take the highways, or the paved roads anyway, not the highways, then that comes with its own set of hazards. Wow, this is just amazing. Somebody lives out here. My dad grew up on a farm in Prince Edward Island. I can imagine when he was growing up in the 30s, early 40s. I can imagine the roads out there were just like this. Ah, another black cat. The second black cat in 2 days. Arr. Good thing I'm not superstitious. Yeah, so my dad grew up on a farm in Prince Edward Island, out in the country, and I can just imagine if he was going to get on the road to go anywhere, he didn't ride a motorcycle, he'd be walking, riding a horse maybe, I don't know. Clouds don't look too good, man. Whew. Look at this beautiful country river, man. Bet there's some good fishing out there. beach over there. One of the things I like about the 800 GS is it's quiet. So if I go, you know, if I leave in the morning or leave early, I don't wake anybody up or disturb anybody. And I can roll through a neighborhood or past a house like I just did. If I don't get on the accelerator, basically they're just, all they're gonna hear is the tires rolling on the dirt and nothing else. Hey, Bigfoot! Bigfoot with a safety shirt on. Big climb, man. These dirt roads are fun out here. They're banked like NASCAR turns too. I guess probably doing that so they drain, because they could have dug them down so that they were totally flat, but they're all at an angle left to right, or right to left depending, but they're not flat for the most part. one thing about doing this, you want to make progress. You know, it's a little weird. So all these fields, right? All full of cattle, but they're basically, it looks like they've been mowed, you know? It's beautiful green, looks like sweet grass. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, when you're out here doing this, you're kind of trying to balance between seeing some sights, maybe, and making progress. And there's a big desire to just make progress, just keep going, and not stop to see too many sights. But then I think you miss out a little bit, so I'm going to try to kind of balance that. And I mean, the reason I talk to cows, quite frankly, is it's a little bit lonely on the road. Lonely. I feel so lonely. I could cry. Not really. But I do miss the people. You end up having these like 30-second conversations with people, you know, which is almost like a perfect conversation. You get good at kind of getting to the point and not wasting people's time. And you can add a smile, you know, 30-second conversation with a smile can brighten someone's whole day. A 30-second conversation with a little joke that you both find funny could brighten a person's week. Especially if they can take the joke and use it. So the 30-second relationships are probably ideal. That's my conclusion for the human species. Anything longer than 30 seconds just starts to go downhill. You know what I'm saying? Oops. Morning. More chicken burns. getting flat, man. It's pretty flat out here. The Midwest. I like the Midwest. Man, this is steep. So much for being flat. They say GoPro doesn't show you elevations. When I look at this to edit, it'll all just look like I was going on a flat road. I don't really understand camera design or lens design, but that was about a 150-foot drop over that hill. Into basically a little swampy area. One other thing that Arizona had a lot of when you're in these rural neighborhoods is dogs. People leave their dogs outside. And I don't know what it is about a motorcycle, but I think dogs want to flex on it. It looks like something big and scared running through the lawn or something, I don't know. So they like to give chase and bark. Bark, 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 bark. Good morning. Usually there's at least one or two cows looking at you. Oh, missed a turn, too busy saying hi. Too busy saying good morning. Pop, pop. Sounds like I'm popping tires left and right. I don't want to talk about that. So this is Oklahoma. From right here all the way across here, close to the border with Kansas, and all the way over to here. Oklahoma has got some beef to it, man. It's no joke. Today I left Fayetteville around 7 o'clock in the morning, got a nice early start. I'm going to do that again tomorrow. It was hot. Today was hot. Got up into the low 80s when I was out there. But I left Fayetteville, came over here, got to the border, and then went through all these mostly flat, a couple small hills. Back roads and country roads, along rivers and streams, cows and horses. And I got over to here to Bartlesville. And that was about 1 o'clock when I got out here. So it was about a 6-hour ride to get that far. I think it was about 230 miles on the back roads. I had to stop though because there was a gust warning, wind warning of gusts up to 50 miles an hour, and it's not too bad when you're in the woods. There's usually wind breaks, with the trees and everything, and the roads are generally a little bit lower than the surrounding terrain, so you get protected a little bit. But there's a couple places where you had to get on the highway, to go get gas or whatever, and man, those winds were just unbelievable. My bike was moving 6, 8, 10 feet with a gust, and I just had to slow down. I rode a few miles in the breakdown lane because I just wasn't heavy enough to be able to keep it going straight. And the faster I went, the more of a gust effect it had. So I shut it down at 1 o'clock and did some laundry. Had some food at Chick-fil-A, a couple of beers, a couple of Modelo, Naranja. It's kind of like the Modelo version of the Budweiser, Chelada? Except they do it with orange and picante. It's really good. And that was it. Just worked on some videos. So tomorrow morning I'm going to get started early. It's actually about 130, 140 miles here to Alva. But this looks pretty straight. Tomorrow night is going to be a major thunderstorm coming through. And I have to check the times and the weather. There's really not much between Alva and I think the next hotel is way the hell over here. So I'm going to get an early start. I'm going to get to Alva where there's definitely a hotel. And then I'm going to assess the situation and decide if I can find some place to stay out here and not get soaked or hit by lightning. Or if I just pack it in there and then do a super long day. This looks like mostly straight stuff. A lot of it's on the highway too, to get over here. But that was today's ride, so I'll catch you next time. Later.